Good morning. It is now 8:37. Sunday morning. Today is the 2nd of January. And I woke up early, very early this morning. Something after 5 a.m. So I said my prayers and I read scripture. And so I sat back in this chair and I went back to sleep. I'm just waking up again at 8:37. So this is not the spot I normally sleep in. Still in the same area, but I moved my chair because I wanted to see something. And I see it. Look at that door. You saw that energy on that front door. There's a lot of energy on that door. But it's on the walls too. Probably on me. I can see it on me too. But anyway, there have to be some type of system under this house because I'm feeling this energy real powerful. Now, I normally have my chair over there, and you can feel something bump under the house, and you start feeling it. I move my chair. It just stopped. It stopped and then it started back. So they know what I'm talking about. But there's a system under this house. There's no vent there. There's no vent here. I shouldn't be feeling heat coming out from this house. There's some type of system under this house. They got the cross thing where you go up under the house, they got it sealed. I've never known nobody have a place sealed. When the cable man came in my daughter's room, he couldn't go up under there because he said it's sealed. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this thing unsealed, and I'm going up under that house. I'll have somebody to go up under there because I'm going to sue whoever owned this house, the real estate agency. I'm going to sue. I'm going to start suing the people. The house we came from was the same thing. I'm going to start suing the people because they're not going to keep setting up, let whoever it is getting them to let them use their house to kill us and fill us up with radiation because that's what they're doing. Feeling that's why I'm gaining this weight. It's nothing but radiation they put in my body because you can't we got wrenches and stuff like that. And this whole water system is just messed up. The whole entire water system is messed up because they messed it up. Even the lights, be, shaking or whatever. The whole light system. We could be in here sleep and burn up. They're so busy trying to make money till they don't care about that we are human. Now, since I'm started making this video, it has stopped. But I can still feel my spine because it's been shaking all night. My knees are shaking because it's been shaking all night. It don't just stop. When they stop that system, it don't just stop. That's why I can go. I don't care if I could be over here, get up and go, but see they can hear where I'm walking, so they'll follow. So it got to be something where they can maybe punch in something and have them to tell them where to go, wherever it is, where to go. It's something. I don't know what, but I know it's not. I know there ain't nobody up under there all night long. So they got to have it where they can tell it what to do and then to do it. And if I sleep in my bedroom, see, they got this stuff on the cars to go through the window, that solar wave thing, to go through the window and attack me while I'm in my bed. That's why that person with that burgundy car keep going over there. And just sitting. They have some type of handheld thing in their hand. Evidently goes through their window. And then go to my window. Because they sit right there in front of the house. He's done it two times this week. Yesterday and day before yesterday. I was thinking it was the old man. Because it's an older man that goes over there. But his car is I think it's a Lexus that he's driving. And then sometimes it's a woman. These people driving some nice cars. So they got money off of killing us. And like I said, someone stole my insurance policy. Someone stole my insurance policy. And some other important papers that I had. That first police that attacked me, he gave me a report. That's gone too. What else is missing? Oh, the people that I rent from, that paper is gone too to show that I rent from them. So I don't know if they planning on killing me and getting the insurance money. Or why would they take my rental agreement and then take the police report because it got his name on it? The first cop that attacked me has his name on it. He was attacking me with something I couldn't even see. Like I said, these people is into alchemy, spiritual alchemists. I had two cops. The first one was a city cop, white dude, and then the third one, because the second cop that I called, she was a female. She didn't attack me. But that third cop was a sheriff. He was Spanish or something, but he was attacking me too. And he didn't have no phone with nothing in his hand. Even the first cop, he didn't have nothing in his hand. They knew what those symbols represented because that's what they kept going to, the symbols. That last cop from the sheriff department, he saw something because I was standing on the symbols. And he started running. And he caught himself. I don't know if I turned to something or what happened. I don't know because I didn't see nothing. I didn't feel nothing. I don't know if something came up around me or what. I don't know. I know he started running. And he caught himself and he stopped and he did like that there for me to come on. But we still were standing on symbols when we went back in the front because the guy had the symbols on the whole entire driveway. From the front, when you open up the driveway door, all the way out to the streets. That's how much he cut it up. Because every time he cut in the cement, I would put grits over it. Then he'd come out and cut some more. I put grits over that. There was a mess out there. This Pastor Mona told me to put sand over it. But I couldn't get to the store to get no sand. Nobody would take me. And it would cost the sand to get them to deliver it. It was like $70 or $80 something. I said, I'm not getting ready to pay that to deliver no sand. So I just started using grits. And they were grits everywhere. because he put symbols everywhere. And it was the guy that stayed two doors down from us, white dude. Him and his girlfriend. I guess she was his girlfriend. I still got her information, her phone number and stuff, because she the one. When I told the real estate agency lady that let us rent the house, I told her who it was, and I told the sheriff who it was. He said, "Did you see him? Did you see him do it?" I didn't see them doing it, but I saw them hiding. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 or 2. I can't remember, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. They out there hiding behind his truck. I saw them. They were the only person out there. Which I had already suspected it was him, because who it was had to be young to jump over the fence, because they jumped over the fence. I could hear them. I heard them when they jumped over the fence. He would be on top of the house because they planting monitors. Just like my house is a duplex. The people that stay beside me, him and his friends would crawl all the way around on top of the house. And then the police, this is a female police, said that it went against the law for them to be up there. But they were trying to break in my house. I could hear him because I had someone to put latches on the crawl space where you could come down into my closet. So I put 4 latches on there. I could hear him trying to pry it open, and he know I'm home. So he was trying to come in there to hurt me. Because I heard him say he was going to pay somebody to rough me up. Now, why do you want to rough me up? What have I done to you that you want to rough me up? You the one bothering me. Put a bag of rock. I mean, it was like I used Clorox. I used ammonia. I used some of everything trying to get that smell off my porch. And it still won't come out. They were putting lizards on my porch. Him and his friends would be up there over my head. So I start worshiping the Lord. That's how I get them down. Start worshiping. Because the other guys, he didn't care about me worshiping. But his friends, I could hear them say, "Oh, no, man, I ain't mess with her. She worshiping." That's how I would get them down. Because I would go to worshiping the Lord. But his friend respected God enough to leave me alone while I was worshiping. None of the police would help me. The first police I called when he put that trash on the porch, he knew who it was because he was using his third eye. He looked right over there. He said, "Do you know who it is?" I said, "No." I said, "These people just moved it." I didn't think it was them. But he looked right over there. These people is into some demonic religion. There was one man on YouTube. He was saying 95%. He said 95% of the cops are Masons, Freemasons. So that means there's only 5% that's not. And these 95% is into this. When you get up there in that 33rd degree Masons, that's when they get into this majestic, whatever you want to call it, this demonic. They really get into the demonic realm where they learn doctrines of devils, which is what a lot of people have gotten into. Pastors are getting into these doctrines of devils. People, just regular people. That's why they can use this third eye and rape you of your personal life. Stuff that God don't want you. Obviously, don't eat off that tree of knowledge of good and evil. But that's what they doing. Eating off the tree of knowledge of good and evil and judging you by stuff that you done in your past. Or really, you may not be done it. They're making it look like you done it. Because that's what they're doing now. They're taking people's faces and putting it on somebody else's body that's doing something real bad. What is that thing called? They have a name. either false face video or something like that. Cause I looked it up. I did a video on it too. It's false face video or something like that. Anyway, this is what they're doing to people. And they probably showing stuff into the community watch meetings. They got these people thinking that we doing this stuff when they making up videos, making it look like we doing this stuff. But these cops are into some, that's why they can kill. They can just kill so easy because they got demons in them. Because they into this spiritual alchemist. This theosophy, this esoteric stuff. And they can do whatever and not have no problem with it. Because that crazy woman, she know dang on well it is against the law for them to be up on my side, up in the city, talking about it's a public place. How that become a public place and it's owned by one family? And it's owned by a married couple, the people that own the property. And it's over my head. Nobody should be up there in that ceiling. But see what they doing, they trying to place videos and stuff. Cause I believe they rape, they prostituting our life. I do believe that because some of these houses, they be having a lot of people, especially where we just came from. The people that was across the street, they would be people all in the yard and down the street. And so what were they doing over there? They would even have one of those big grills that you make from a drum. And they would put it in the backyard and cook out. The police even had the nerve to come over to our house when them people first moved over there because they trying to claim somebody stole some stuff out of there. But they had the gate was locked, so how somebody gonna get in there? The only person I saw over there was the person working over there. And he probably one that stole whatever it was. But they come straight to our house. Now our house on both sides of them. Two houses on both sides of me. They didn't even go to them. They came to us. Because he was just trying to read my information. I got to walking back and forth. From side to side, rather. He won't just come in and saying somebody stole something. He would come in to get my information. That's what he would come in. And then they kept coming over and I told my daughter to come here one more time to get my bed. They're not going to just keep coming over here. And I know they're trying to kill me. But they got the nerve to keep coming over here. The man that was staying on the side of us, he kept trying to befriend my daughter coming over to the house. Because there's come up with some onions. I threw them onions in the trash. They was nice and pretty onions too. But we won't eat them. He brought some drink, brought some candy, trying to befriend my daughter so that he can come with his phone. Because every time he come over, and if he saw me, his eyes would get this look in it. And I caught him twice, pointing his phone at me. And one day I went out to the mailbox, and he had his phone pointing at me. And I said, I'm tired of y'all messing with me. And he took his behind around and walked back to his house. Then one day I went to the mailbox, and he was across the street at those Spanish people's house, and he did the same thing. But I heard his phone click. And they was doing the same thing, the Spanish people. One girl was trying to tell the other girl not to attack me when I'm on the outside because this stuff can give me cancer. And she said she don't care. This messing with my money. And I went to the Waffle House. And this black couple came in, a girl and a guy. The guy sat with his back toward my back. And he started reading stuff off his cell phone, stuff that I had said. I know I had said it. And I started feeling them attacking my heart. And he was telling her, shh, hear us like that. And she said the same thing. I don't care. This is mess with my money. So they didn't care they could kill me. They didn't care they getting their money from murder, for murdering. And the guy I was dating back then, he had said something about he didn't think he felt he was gonna go to hell for murder. But I didn't understand what he was talking about. At the time I didn't realize he was a gang stalker. One of them what they call them, honey pots. But now I know because he's murdering people with his gang stalking. I do believe they the one that killed Daniel Williams. I believe they murdered him because he was having problem breathing. They can cause that when they keep attacking you and this stuff that's going in your body. It can cause you to have flu-like symptoms, and that's why I keep saying a lot of these people don't have no that C-19. I think they being hit with this frequency and having the flu-like symptoms. See, I know not to go to no doctor, and I ain't gonna go to them. I just doctor on myself. My nose be stay started because I have allergies. But he couldn't hardly breathe. I saw the video, whole thing. And see, when your family don't believe you, that's when they really come after you because they know your family don't believe you. But see, the thing is, the family getting it too. But by them not believing you, they're not going to say that they've been attacked by these people. They don't believe nothing that you say. So they can attack and attack and attack and kill them. They'll be saying that they died from something else instead of being murdered. You being murdered. Like I said before, how many of our mothers and how many of our fathers and grandfathers and grandmothers and great grandmother and great grand go on down the line? Because this thing started back in the 40s and the 50s. So how many of our parents dead because they were being attacked by some devil with technology? I don't feel the vibration coming out from under the house, but I'm feeling the heat. How in the heck is I'm feeling heat when there ain't no dang on vent here? I got a fan over my head, but I'm feeling heat from this chair, and it don't have no heat to it. If it do, I don't have it plugged up, but my butt is hot. I don't feel the vibration, but I'm feeling the heat. So this is some kind of remote control stuff that they got being done. That I can't sleep at night without waking up and vibration through my body. I'm beginning to sound like a blind man that's messing with my throat. I'm getting a cough. My voice is not this heavy. It's all in my mouth. I wake up every morning with my mouth inside my throat feeling weird, even my tongue, because I'm vibrating like that in my spine. And I know when I got shot in my spine, I was on Fort Bragg. And this was some young military because I saw them. They followed us. They were right where we was. So we went shopping. So I don't know if he had a headache or not. It could be just a lie that he had set up. But he told me he had a bad headache. And so we went to his room, and there was when we pulled up, there was one of them little bands of military. All of them were young, and because they trained them to use the weapons. I do believe he trained them, and when it's time for them to do their test, I'm the test. But there was a whole bus of them. where we was, they was right there too. I actually heard them setting it up, but I didn't know what it was. I knew it was setting up to shoot me. But he had took some medicine, and then his head wouldn't start hurting. At least that's what he said. I don't know. Then he asked me, did I have any goodie powders? Because that's what I take for my headaches. I have them bad headaches with Tylenol and stuff like that don't work. I have to get a goodie powder. I gave him a goodie powder, and he took it and lay down. He went to sleep, didn't wake up until the next day. And so I laid on the other side and I watched television. And I could hear a lot of noise on the wall, against the wall. But I didn't know what they were doing. So I just watched television. I finally fell asleep. And when I woke up, I was being shot in my spine because I had my back turned towards where the gun was coming from. And they shot me up in my spine. And but it had to be going. They had to be shooting him too, because it was just shooting out like a dang on machine gun. So he had to be getting shot too. So I got up. I could actually hear it. I could hear it like, just like that. So I got up and I got my clothes and I took a shower and I didn't never go back over in that area. I just sat down at the table. So he finally woke up. He said, "You already dressed?" Like that. So he got up, got dressed, and we left. And I don't think I said anything to him about it. I just started paying attention. And when we would go out to eat, we always sit by somebody that was talking about my person, like they knew me. We went to one Chinese place, and everybody that was sitting there was talking about me. So he would get up and leave me there by myself. And the people, these was Spanish people. And one guy was actually videoing me. And it was all the rest, everybody else was in there that was sitting close to us was Spanish, except for these two black ladies that was sitting right beside me. But on another, there was like a wall or something between us. So they called themselves reading me. But people, the men, the young men, they was talking about my medical. I had just went to the doctor. So they sending my medical through the cell phone. I could hear them. So they sending very extremely private stuff through the cell phone. They're actually calling the doctors. They're calling the dentists. Wherever we go, they there. They just how bold they are. They come and they turn the dentists and the doctors against. I could always look at them and tell who they are. I could tell who they are because they would look like they were government workers in the way they were acting. And I would be there first sometime. They would call them back in the back first. Just like my sister, her doctor knew she was being a gang stalker. But he had been getting money from her for years, even before her son died. And her son died in 2013, I believe. Let me let baby outside. Okay. So yeah, they'll call the doctors. But actually, they be there. They be there, and then they call. And like if you go to a restaurant, soon as, like me, if I go to a restaurant, as soon as I get up to the cash register to pay for my stuff, they'll call the restaurant and talk to the cashier. We were going to D.C. to my niece's funeral, and we stopped at some place. I don't know if it was Bojangles or something. And my brother and my grandson paid for their stuff. So when I get up to the register, she gets a phone call. And she just got so nervous till she had to call somebody else. I don't know what in the world they told this woman because she couldn't even wait on me. She had to call somebody else up to the register. And there was a city worker there. When I started walking toward him, he standing there with his eyes all scratched like a nut. That's that Kundalini demon in him, giving him the sight to see. Then he go sit his behind right there where we were sitting at. And then the next time I saw that cashier, she was outside with her cell phone. And the guy was there was a guy there with her. And she punching stuff in her phone. So you got people with my information. It's in my body. From here, North Carolina, Virginia, on up to D.C. Because that's where we went. Because when we got there, they were already sitting on the outside. And then when I went on the inside, they just started coming out like roaches. Started coming out like roaches. And some of them was already sitting down. That's how demonic this system is. So they just send your information to any and everybody who is signed up with it. Giving up our names. We don't know what kind of people these are. These could be murderers, serial killers, rapists. That's getting our name, our picture, and our personal information, where we live at. We don't know these people and what they're capable of doing, because they will come in your house. They be on top of our house. They be up under the house. They all completely around. Every single house is around in front, side, and the back of gang stalkers. And they got technology on their cars. They're coming out through the light. The light had to get to, cause light will go right through could go right through. This energy and the light going right through our windows, go right through the walls, up through the floors, through the ceiling, through the rooftop, because they stuff up there in the sky. Everybody keep talking about these drones. Them is not no drones. I'm trying to tell y'all, them not no drones, because they've been attacking me. I used to have to sleep. They was attacking me so bad I had to sleep in the bathtub and put a mirror over me, because they would be over a house shooting down, this stuff coming down, hitting that mirror. That's how I had to sleep for a good while, until I saw they had stopped attacking me, stopped shooting me. One night I had went outside. I had a tablet, and I started watching them, and they would come down out the straight down out the sky. It was like around 7:30. Then they started changing the time. Cause they do what they saw. They knew what I was doing. I was timing them and recording them. And they started changing the time when they would come down, but they would come down straight up out of the sky. When they go by, it always before 6 o'clock in the morning. They always go back up, because I would get up and go out there and watch them. And they go straight up in the sky until you couldn't see them no more. Straight up in the sky, and till you couldn't see them no more. And I videoed them. One night I went out there and I was looking, and they started attacking me. And so they were hitting me. So I ran back in the house, and I could hear them shooting at the walls. I could hit the walls. And so I was sitting with my legs propped up, because I was sitting in this type of chair, but it was a couch. But with the what you call it, when they lift your legs up, just like this here, but it was a couch. Both parts of the couch, ends of the couch, you could lift the legs up, and my legs started burning. I mean, it was burning. I took pictures. I still got no pictures. I took pictures of my legs, And they had little tiny red spots all over my legs. Because when they was shooting and hitting the wall, they were hitting me too. They would turn my legs up, but I couldn't feel it until afterwards. My legs started burning. And I started taking pictures of my legs. I said, ain't nobody gonna believe me. So I took pictures of it. Nobody believe. Don't want to believe nothing we saying. We been making all these videos. We make all these videos. The only people that believe us is people that going through it too. Going through it too. They want to laugh at you and belittle you. I hung up on my oldest sister. She told me, oh, it's all in your head. Yeah. Okay. When they start coming against y'all. Because see, that's what they doing. They attacking us to help, for them to help them get rid of us. And then they're going to get rid of them. That's how the devil works. That's how like if you are a snitch for the police and you get all your friends, like you might get in trouble. They don't lock you up. They'll tell you, you help us lock up your friends and we won't lock you up. So he get to snitching on all his friends and you start seeing all his friends is getting locked up. But he not. And I'm telling you what happened. This is real what I'm telling you what this actually happened back in the 80s. And I feel like I was the only one paying attention. And that's when they started attacking me back in the 80s. But I noticed that this certain person won't get locked up. But if they was present when the other people got locked up. So I started trying to tell them what's going on. Nobody won't pay me no attention. Just like now they pay me no attention. So after he got his friends locked up, they locked his behind up. That's how the devil do. And just like these people attacking us, and they using all these people to attack us, they're going to get them too. They're going to get them. Because that's how the devil works. They're going to attack them to all the promises that they promised them about their children going to night school, going to college, or they're going to get them houses. And they probably do. I'll get them houses right now, but they ain't going to live with them long. Because they're going to get rid of them. Because they know too much. They know who hired them, who got the contracts, who can get mad with them and then tell on them. Every single thing that they do, these people, them gang stalkers can tell it. So you think they're going to let them live? Mm-mm. They're going to have a quick death. See, we got a slow death because they're making money off of us. But they're not going to make no money off of them because it's going to be a quick death because this stuff going to start coming out. Just like this pedophilia stuff, but they ain't doing nothing about it. They know the Clintons and the Obamas and the Bushes are pedophiles. They know these people is something else other than what we think they are. And they got people. I would wonder where's all these missing? Where are the parents of these children? But see, it's like a farm. It's like a farm where they breeding babies. Cause I saw a video. They said was it 300 women? But the women was trying to hide their faces and stuff. They went into some Catholic building. And the police was trying to stop them from videoing these women. But they all was pregnant. All of them was pregnant. And the ones that I saw looked like they were Spanish. Looked like they were all Spanish. I probably didn't see all of them, but the ones that I did see were Spanish. And that's why nobody is making claim that their children is kidnapped. I was trying to figure out, where is the parents of these children that they crucified, sacrificing, raping, and drinking their blood and stuff. Well, the parents of the children, they workers. They're not gonna cry out for them because they get pregnant for that purpose. For that purpose. It was upset when it comes to children. I got a soft spot. I just hate to see people mistreat children. Because they can't defend themselves. Like older people, they can't defend themselves. Unless they, so I ain't gonna say all of them, because some of them feisty and got some strength. Cause this old woman, she lift weights and she whooped, somebody broke in her house and she whooped them real good. They deserve that beating. So our old people is not weak. You got some old people, they live their life taking care of themselves. But she said she was older when she started lifting weights. And she got muscles and stuff too. When they broke in her house, she gave them a good whooping. Well, I'm about to run out of stuff to say. But I just want to say, there got to be some type of system under this house, just like it was at the other house. Just like it was at the other house, because I could feel it hit up under the floor right where I sit in. And they seem to know if I move to another spot, they know that I'm at the other spot. Because they got the cameras in my eyes. They seeing through my eyes. And I think why I could hear this sound so good, they called me up and told me they was giving out free hearing. And see, I had been wanting to get my ears checked for a long time. But they called me. I didn't call them, so they told me that they were giving out free hearing tests. And so I went to it because I had been wanting to get my ears checked. And so I think he activated something in my ears. I think he activated because I wasn't hearing that sound. I want this sound I'm hearing in my head. I was not hearing it. And so I think they did something to my ears so that once they started sending these signals in my head that I would hear it. Because after he told me I had good hearing. But after I took that test, his wife called me, wanting for me to come back and do another test. And I told him no, I don't want to do nothing because I got suspicious. Because he was acting weird. And then nobody else was there but me. I was the only person there. I ain't never been to no doctor or dentist where there ain't nobody else there but me. Even at the dentist, it was weird. I started going to the dentist. When I first started going to the dentist, there was nobody in the red room. And I go back, it was full of people. I go back again, it's full of people. And see, when I walk in, everybody get to pulling out their cell phones. And this one girl kept looking at me smiling. I trying to figure out what in the heck she looking at me smiling like that for. I was trying to figure out was she retarded or something. Something wrong with her. Then I'd be right the third time. That's when the agency came in. I could tell she was somebody from the government by the way she was acting. But the lady at the desk, at the front desk, was telling the doctor she knows. And he said, oh, that's just her paranoia. And then she kept saying, but she knows. She knows. So she was trying to let him know, I know that the doctors are implanting me. I really didn't want to go back But my teeth, them people were attacking my face so bad. My teeth were just cracked up. They didn't rot out. They just cracked. Because they was hitting me in the top of my head, and it would go all the way down into my teeth. Go down into my teeth, and my teeth just started cracking. And I was just in pain in my mouth. So I had to go get them things cut out. And then I lost my teeth. I don't know. I don't know what, because this tooth right here, wait, which one? Yeah, it's a fake tooth. When I was a child, I didn't shed that tooth. So I'm a grown woman still with my baby tooth sitting in front of my mouth. And the dentist would just put fillings on it to make it look like it was the size of the other tooth. And then it got so weak until it wouldn't hold the filling, and it just broke. So my other tooth was still in my gums. So the dentist told me he was going to send me, I believe it was Chapel Hill, so they can pull that tooth down. Well, he did all that cutting in my mouth and stuff, but he didn't pull it down. He took it out. Had both my eyes swollen, my mouth was all swollen up. My children were laughing at me, calling me the rat woman. So I had to get me some teeth. And the first time they didn't do the cheap teeth, I went to a place where you can get it for real cheap. But I was eating some something with vinegar in it, vinegar skins, and it just melted my teeth, and the teeth broke. So I had to go take them to the dentist. Another dentist, he put that metal part up under there. But I was eating, and I took them out my mouth. So I have a hard time eating that stuff. Let the food get up on them and all kind of stuff. And I don't know what I did with them. I have no idea. It's like my mind just went blank, and I put my teeth somewhere. I don't know if I threw them in the trash, but I went through the trash and everything. I went through the dumpster trying to find my teeth. I never did find them. I even cut up the chair that I was sitting in. Couldn't find my teeth. I had to get some more. I don't like wearing these because these things hurt my mouth too. I wear them though, but I can't eat with them on. Ugh. I should have took them back and made sure they got them fitted right. I don't trust that man. Cause when I first started going to him, everybody that was working in there, I think there was one lady. I don't know if she was Spanish or Indian. There was one lady in there that was a nurse who wasn't black. All the women in there was black. The last time I went there, none of them were there. Okay, none of those. They was okay. The last time I actually got work done, where they pulled out my tooth. The girl, there was one young black girl, and she. I'm on the video, and she kept the blood. But nobody always packed my tooth with gall, but she kept the gall. She did twice. She put the gall in there in that hole. I can't remember which tooth it was that they cut. I had to cut it out this side. But he did both sides. But he cut me in places where they want no teeth. And that's what made me weary about him. Why would he cut me? They want no teeth in that place. Anyway, she kept both galls. And I thought that was weird. But she sent me out with no gall in my mouth. That's the first time that ever happened. But they kept something with my blood in it. That's why I say we give them our information. When we go give blood, when we go to the dentist, when we go to the doctors and they say they got to draw blood, we give them our own information. But the next time I went back, they won't need not one black person in there but him. All those women was Spanish or something. It was just the weirdest feeling in there. And then they was sending a signal in my ear. I was about to go food in there because I didn't have nothing to counteract their signal. I said, he'll never have to worry about me going back anymore. But when I got my teeth, I didn't even go pick them up. I had my daughter to go pick them up. I started picking them teeth up. I just walk around with no teeth in the front, a tooth in the front. Mm-mm. So you can't trust doctors. And you want people want, and that's what, now see, I'm talking about this now. They might cut my channel off. But this is what I talked about before, I believe. And they cut my channel. I'm telling information is not true. This is my story. How they gonna tell me that my story not true? You know, YouTube got sued before because of them doing something to a man. I can look at my face. They changing my looks. They actually changing how I look. I look like a dang on frog or something. This is not my look, but they changing my looks. From this stuff that's coming out from under this ground because they are dehydrating me. It's heat and with all this energy on the walls. Keep your furniture off the walls. But it ain't gonna do no good, especially if it's coming out through the floor and through the ceiling. But don't put your cause this stuff clinging to our furniture. It attacks this hand. That's why I know when this energy is clinging to the furniture, clinging to my clothes, clinging to the refrigerator, whatever. But I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna get off of here and have a blessed